You are tuning into the Goldilocks Productions presentation of the Angels and Healing Light Show. Sit back, relax, and be open to receive the angelic messages and healing channeled through your host, Laura Romeiro.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Angels and Healing Light Show. I'm Laura Romeiro, your angel intuitive and healer, and I'm here to bring you some beautiful messages and to help you connect with your angels and reconnect with your angels as always. So thank you so much for being back with us, my Angels and Healing Light family. Please, go to my website and subscribe to my weekly, mostly weekly anyway, angel message. You can go to angelsandhealinglight.com and subscribe there. And you can also hear my archived shows on a lovely link that Tiffany White Sage Woman, my producer here at Goldilocks Productions, was very kind enough to put together for me. She's so good technologically at all these things and makes life much easier for me. So thank you again for being here. A couple things going on this week. Thursday night, I'm going to be the special guest on Carol Ann Carey's show. Carol Ann is, in my viewpoint, the psychic medium of Sarasota, but she's the psychic medium of Sarasota of SRQ. She has a show at 8 o'clock on Thursday night, and I'm going to be her guest. So please listen in, call in for readings, guidance, maybe learn something. You know that every show there is some message for you in every single show. So they're designed to be that way. So please check it out. I'd love to hear from you. And I have a lovely, fabulous woman as my special guest, a return guest, Ms. Megan Guynn. Megan is an amazing woman. She is certified in Hatha yoga. She is a wonderful meditation teacher. She is a lady who is really an angel and has a very strong healing ability, and her healing ability comes from her heart, of course, her strong connection to God and to all of the spiritual beings that surround her in every direction. She is a teacher and a leader and a mentor, and she just helps people and animals get to their very next perfect place in life. She helps healing, and she's here today to help us with some meditations and some insight on some very special things. She really specializes in deep relaxation techniques, and I know you'll sense that when she begins the meditation. So she specializes in deep relaxation techniques, meditation, and yoga. Her hope is for all students to find joy and peace through the practice of yoga so they can receive its infinite benefit for the body, mind, heart, and spirit. You can check in with Megan at justrelaxwithmegan.com. Welcome back, my dear friend and sister. How are you?
Good morning, my friend. I'm doing well. And you?
Couldn't be better if there were two of me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that there would be two of you.
No, I don't feel like taking out the trash. You do it. No, you.
Okay, I need to do that too then.
We all need two of us, right?
Yep, you take care of the horses. You take care of the dogs. You go play.
You refill my coffee cup. That would be ideal.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. So Miss Megan and I, ladies and gentlemen, had a lovely discussion earlier this morning, and we've got some really special things to share with you.
Yeah.
So take it away, Megan. Talk about what you're going to do today.
Thank you. So one of the things that we were talking about this morning is how when we're either walking through in our own lives scary situations, or reading the news, or, hearing about some horrific situations. Another friend of mine and I this morning were talking about, she had brought up, human trafficking, et cetera, the shootings. And this past week, my horse, who is visually challenged, went face first through a wooden fence and flipped over it, and spent the night in this kind of partitioned alley on our property. And then 2 days later, our other horse choked. And so, one of the things that I really want to talk about is I was blown away at how differently I experienced those two situations this week. And I have been increasing my regular meditation practice. And I'm kind of warming up to, in 2020, let's do 20 and 20, AM and PM. And so I've been warming up to committing to that on a daily basis. And to experience these are super scary situations. I'm super attached to my horses. I love my horses immensely. And, I take my care for them very seriously, and hopefully, not too seriously. And that's what I got to see, that the emotional balance and the levity, once I knew both of them were okay, and meaning okay, right? Okay could be they were going to live. And in this situation, they did. But, there have been times in my life where the outcome was not gratifying. It wasn't what I would have hoped, that the person either died or they went through a long health challenge, or there was a breakup. But there was some sort of loss. And I think when we experience loss or grief, and really every day we die to ourselves, there's a lot of things that die in our lives, whether it's old patterns, whether it's an attachment, letting go, and really fully relying on God, letting go, letting God. I just got this week that all I have to do is let go. God does the rest. He's the let God. Like, it went from my head to my heart. I really could see how much the regular meditation has deepened that relationship, that trust. And I had hoped in the middle of a really scary situation, twice. Our nervous system gets activated. Meditation calms the nervous system. It was easier to get to my breath. And one last note regarding this specific topic is, in a yoga class, I remember hearing the teacher say, what shavasana at the end, and corpse pose at the end of class is when you lay down on your mat, you get quiet, you tune into your breath, and you take some time listening to the music, and you get into a deep relaxation. And in that place, in the middle of that, she shared that this is your practice for final rest, the last rest. And that's what yoga helps you practice. And she also talked about pranayama, breath work, practicing that steady breath work. We all know the benefits of it, oxygenating. There's physical benefits, but the other practice is our last breath, when we draw the breath in, and as we exhale out, we don't take the next breath. We move out of our bodies and transcend back home to God. And so if our lifeline is fully relying on God, and in the midst of these horrific situations, we're able to tap that. And I'm finding that by regularly doing this, this is just another benefit to being able to cope with these experiences differently. And it doesn't mean there isn't going to be the day where I'm hysterical or whatever, but I'm finding there is a peace that passes understanding in the midst of it.
That's so vitally important, what you're saying. I think as technology is such a big part of our life, and as our life speeds up, we at times forget to just step away and reconnect and spend that time with ourselves and reconnect with ourselves and remember who we are. And so many people come to me and would like some guidance in what they're supposed to be doing in life and what path they're supposed to be on. And I think one of the reasons that we don't understand or see is because we don't take enough time internally to check in with ourselves and to check in with our higher selves and to check in with God and our angels that help. It's like call a friend, calling a friend and just checking in. And when you mentioned 2020, what came into my mind was 11:11. 11 minutes in the morning, 11 minutes at night. So if you're new with meditation, if you don't have a lot of time, 11:11 is my favorite angel number. And now that it is 11:11 a.m., I wish to say hello to my dear friend Elizabeth. Good morning, Elizabeth, my lovely friend and fellow angel lover, but she is an angel too. She is always bringing messages of love and support and guidance. So I'm so grateful for you, Elizabeth. Good morning. Keep on shining your light, lady.
And I must say it's 11:11 on my phone right now.
It's 11:11. So happy 11:11. But for those of you who don't have time, maybe you're new to meditation, maybe, just take, even if it's 11:11, won't you remember that, because that's an angel number. Take those couple minutes to just connect and take that time out, reconnect. God and the angels are always talking to you, but if you take that moment to say, all right, I'm putting this time aside just for myself, just to connect, just to relax, just to breathe, just to let go for a few minutes and be. And that's so important. Breathing, of course, it's vitally important. It keeps us alive, but it also helps regulate stress levels and cortisol levels. And there are actually classes on different ways of breathing. Another one of my special guests, Linda Herrick, actually teaches a class on breathing and different ways of breathing and breathing from different parts of your respiratory system and using different muscles. It all creates a change in your body and in your spirit. And, everybody says, hey, everybody take a deep breath. Stay calm. Just take a deep breath. How many times have you been told that? How many times have you heard? Just take a deep breath. Yeah. Before prayers, before meditation, that's one of the first things we do. So breathing is important. Spending time is important with yourself. So what kind of, when you talk about that meditation, Megan, is there any particular type that you go to on a regular basis? Do you have a particular method of meditating, or is it you just make it up as you go along?
For me, the key in my meditating is listening. So I think there's so many wonderful meditation techniques, and we've talked about some of the traditional methods of meditating on the previous show, specifically the last show we did, like transcendental meditation. A lot of people like to get mantras. There's a lot of different yogic forms of meditation. And then I know in the Christian faith there's contemplation, that there are specific practices in Buddhism, meditation, and also it's like a mantra that you repeat. It's also prayer. So for me, prayer and meditation go hand in hand. So for me, the breath is always first, because I've been moving, I've probably been in reactivity, my nervous system's activated, my emotions are probably heightened. And so, the first thing that happens for me when I sit is I begin to access my surroundings, and I close my eyes. And if there's a day that my mind's just super busy, I'll look at a candle. But in yoga, it's called drishti, a half gaze. You just sort of half close your eyes and with intention draw your focus inward. And from that, I begin to tune into the bones in my feet. And today when we walk through it, but I do feel that each person innately already has this in here. So specifically, in short, I would say I go from my surroundings, then I tune into my physical body. I try to close my eyes and begin to turn into what I consider to be inner space as opposed to outer space outside of us. And then when I tune
we
into
do like
inner
outer space, don't we?
We do. We were just talking about how I guess there are two galaxies, our galaxy, the Milky Way, and there's this other galaxy that apparently in the next few weeks, our galaxy and this big gravitational pull is being moving super quickly and bending light at the speed, and the speed of light has increased. It was super interesting. But back to, I go from the surroundings to physical to then I begin to move into my heart. And the chattering mind begins to make itself really clear. And then I go back to allowing that to just free flow. And then I go back to my heart and I continue to breathe. And then I continue to journey inward to where I believe we end up coming into that inner space of consciousness and attempting to access consciousness and beyond, internally. And so that's sort of what I would impart to people, that check out your surroundings. And then, because after a while, after practicing, every step becomes a walking meditation. We begin to tune in to our emotional balance. Wow, my thoughts are racing. I'm walking to the barn. I've got a tight schedule that day. I can't sit for 11:11. Well, I can just, every step I take, think of my breath. Every movement I make that day, I can breathe. And soon the outer space, the surroundings, and the internal inner space begin to mesh and meld. And life gets real different. You become aware of things. The trees are greener and the sky's bluer, and you can sense the animals differently. Your senses change through regular meditation, and there isn't such a contrast. There isn't such separation. We're not as focused in perception. We move more into the natural state of our being, which is unity.
And is that how you connect with nature, how you have such a strong awareness of what's happening with your animals and what's going on around you? Is that what leads you to that knowledge, that awareness?
I think that's a God-given thing. When I was little, I had a huge connection to wildlife and my own animals. I just did. And as I started to meditate, I would say that it absolutely fine-tuned it, because you begin to merge. In yoga, they talk about the gunas, and they're really talking about the elements. There's the air, there's wind, there's fire. We hear of elements, there's water. We come from, in Christianity it talks about we come from the earth, we return to the earth. So we really are part of all of this. It is all a unification. The body creates the illusion of separation. I love the Course in Miracles because it really does help clarify that. That's one particular way that I have Course in Miracles really was a huge part of helping me to begin doing those lessons, because it starts out, you're looking at the table, and by the time you get to the end of the lessons, and there's one every day of the year, you start to see this how the microcosm and the macrocosm are unified, and how everything affects everything. Like you were talking about the ants, then you start to really second guess, like getting the fly swatter out. I'm not saying that you don't, but
Yes, and I have some ants in my kitchen, and I couldn't kill them. I know they need to go, so I did ask them to leave, but rather than kill them, I let them stay on the nice piece of paper towel with the little granulars of sugar that are sitting in front of the coffee pot, a couple that spill from the spoon, and I let them stand there, and I wrapped them up in a paper towel and kind of disposed of them gently and said, munch away. But I know they need to go. But yes, I like to ask them, can you please, go somewhere else? Please leave my house so I don't have to dispose of you, unfortunately. I studied animal communication, and the lovely lady, Mary Guynn, who is now retired, she's a wonderful teacher and a wonderful communicator, but she would tell me how, if there were wasps or whatever bugs were nearby, she would ask them politely to leave. And I'll tell you what, I've had more success communicating with things that make me feel a little uncomfortable. But believe me, ladies and gentlemen, animals and creatures understand so much more than we realize. We just don't give them credit, but they truly do. And you're able to communicate with them if you would just give it a try. They really are a lot more aware, and a lot more sophisticated than we give them credit for. So, just so you know, wasps aren't always, or the yellow jackets, they are not always the most cooperative, but it's worth a shot asking them to move on. So I'm trying with the hand. Please move on. It's true story. True story.
Yeah, last night our cows. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So last night our cows broke through a gate. One of the latches wasn't secure, and they got into a pasture where the horses were. And so, we when you talked about moving the yellow jackets, I mean, it's the same thing. Being able to just get really clear in your intention of where you want them to go and direct that clear purpose to them, toward them. There were a few stragglers, but overall the main herd was like, at first they were like, oh, there's grass over here, greener pastures. This is great. And then when I asserted more with my intention, like, move it. Let's do this. And you hear about cattle prods, electricity, the electric prodding and pushing and, whips and stuff. And I'm not judging anything. What I am pointing to is there's options. And it doesn't mean there isn't a time and a place for certain things. But if we could slow down enough to commune with our true nature and be authentic, I think it just automatically happens where you're relating to other beings differently. And we're all working on that. I mean, no one's exempt because we all have our dark and light, and that's where I was talking about fully relying on God. I mean, God is love. God is love, and we are humans. Yes, we're spiritual beings having a human experience, but the truth of the matter is we're humans. We are in the middle of perception. We see with eyes. We don't see from that inner space as often because we are in bodies. It's just the fact. And so to think we're not going to have experiences that bring us out of emotional balance or thoughts. I mean, you hear over and over again, you're going to have those thoughts. It's what you do with them, you know, and to not chastise ourselves for like, oh my goodness, I'm thinking this. And it's like, yeah, just breathe it in, breathe it out, and then, you know, choose again. You know, we have so much free choice here. And when we finally are aware that we may not be in our higher self, or because I don't think that's something you control. I think it springs forth from your joy. And like music and play are imperative. If we're not playing enough, we're going to get too serious. You could sit and meditate all day, but if you're not skipping to the barn or in your joy, or if you're grieving a loss, really sitting with your hand on your heart and your belly and being there for yourself, or like you said, community is so significant. Call a good friend and get vulnerable and allow them to support you and cry it out, or just let them tell you how much, remind you that you are loved, that God is love, that you are lovable. You've made a mistake and you feel absolutely unlovable. I think it's a blessing to be able to have the kind of love that gets exchanged between all of us. It's just unbelievable.
Well said. Hey, how about, you know, you do this beautiful meditation, and I mean, you do beautiful meditations. Would you be interested in doing one for all of us this morning?
That would be my honor. Yes.
Beautiful. And what is it? What will the meditation be about?
You know, I think I'd like to continue to go into that inner space subject and fully relying on God. Robert Frost, one of my favorite poets, says our very life depends on everything recurring till we answer from within. And I feel like knowing our own hearts and going within is definitely one of the biggest byproducts and benefits to meditation and deep relaxation. So maybe we can try to cultivate a state of deep relaxation, and in the midst of it, just connect to our own authenticity and our own wellspring of love in our hearts.
I think that's beautiful. And I would also like to say the message that I am getting is that while you're in that meditation, you will be given a message from the celestial elements. So please be open to receiving that angelic message, that divine message that you will be getting. You may not fully understand it. You may not fully make sense of it at the moment, but be aware that you will be gifted with an angelic divine message during this meditation. Wow. All right. So I'll tell you, we have a little intro, and then we can begin after that when you're ready. Miss Tiffany's got something for us to kind of warm up, and then we can begin.
Hi, this is Megan. Thanks for taking this time to just relax. Meditation has led me to connect with that deep, guiding inner voice and a more peaceful, balanced life. Learning to meditate is similar to a new physical training program. The muscles fatigue, break down, heal, and rebuild in a different, stronger way. Initially, it's common to drift off to sleep during meditation, so please be gentle with yourself. My hope is that the following guided meditations will help you to reduce stress and promote deep relaxation. Now, take a few deep breaths and get ready to just relax.
And so just begin to settle into the moment. And if you're seated or laying down, even if you're walking around, begin to notice your surroundings. Eyes are opened. And just let your gaze softly move through the room as you begin to soften your gaze, moving into the moment, aware of the Milky Way, aware of the fact that as still as it seems here on Earth, we are hurling through the universe at a light speed that is increasing. And sometimes during the day, perhaps this morning, you felt like you were moving through your day at light speed, busy doing things that needed to be done, sharing the love in your heart by deeds, whether it's work or play or exercise or caregiving. And so from that place, settle in, begin to withdraw the senses from the outer space, encouraging you to close your eyes or soften the gaze and stare at a candle or illumination. And just begin placing right hand on the heart and left hand on the belly. Begin to tune in to the place where your body connects to the furniture, the chair, the bed, the floor. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly. Expansion of the lungs. Raise the chest. Chest rises, belly falls. Belly rises, chest falls. Beginning to tune in to your own natural breathing rhythm, breath by breath, moment by moment. Just notice the muscles and the bones getting heavier. Perhaps the mind's chattering, and so be it. Let it talk. Let it flow like a ticker tape, or notice the waves of thought coming into your mind and leaving. Breath by breath, settling deeper and deeper into inner space, deeper and deeper into your heart. And as we move into the heart center, begin to notice your body relaxing. Notice the muscles releasing. No need to hold anything up. Let your world go. Let the day go. Release control, the illusion of control, and just let it all go as you move deeper and deeper into the moment. As you move deeper and deeper into peace. And so always the opportunity with deep relaxation is to maintain your inner focus and not allow external distractions to bring you out of your breath. So whatever's going on in your surroundings, let it flow, let it be. And then using this muscle, bring your focus back back to the now, back to peace. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. As we begin to fully rely on God by letting go completely. Tuning into the heart center, noticing just the condition of your heart in the moment. No judgment, just aware of your heart, aware of the emotion. And then again, just breathe it in and let it go. Moving through the heart, moving deep into inner space. As if we walk into a dark room. Envision that at this time. You're confident. You're connected to your higher power. You're connected to God. And as you come to this room, you open the door and it's black, it's dark. You walk through the door with confidence, with faith, with hope, wide open heart. And as you enter this room, you notice what you notice. You sense things in this room, in the dark. And with confidence and faith, you shut the door behind you. And you just are authentically you. And at this time, if there's a situation in the world or a situation in your life or a person that you struggle to love, a person you perceive to be enemy, begin in your mind and your heart to talk to them, to speak to them, say everything that you've always wanted to say to them. Notice as you breathe in with confidence, as you exhale with confidence, this other person or this situation receives you, hears you, every word. Get it out. And as you continue to share your heart, as you begin to embrace the sadness, the grief, the loss, the illusion of what you may have thought transpired or what your eyes saw, with confidence, with full intention, look in the dark to the truth of the matter. And as you fully lean into God's understanding in the now, as you let the voice for God whisper into your heart the truth of the matter, you unify. You release and drop the story. And in gratitude, with a full heart, you turn and begin to leave the room. Both of you walking in separate directions, now unified. There is peace. You come to the door handle, you open the door, you see the light, you remember, and you walk through the door, illuminated. As you close the door, full of knowledge, full-hearted, you begin to walk back. You begin to meld with inner space. You notice the rhythm of your heart and breath in unison with yourself, with all others. microcosm to macrocosm, you rest in the quiet space within you and listen to God. Be now, listening in the quiet. And if your mind wanders, let it. Gently bring your focus back to listening, to being. Be free in the now. From this deep, reflective clarity, begin to notice what you notice. And with pure intention, move through consciousness from inner space, breath by breath, journeying back to the heart, now filled with love, light, tapping your authenticity, your eternal self, your expanded self, your godly self. And with gratitude and joy, breath by breath, move back past the thinking mind. All thought patterns are clear, full of peace, open and receptive. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, tapping that innate rhythm. Chest rises, belly falls. Belly falls, chest rises. Tuning into the physical aspect of your being. Notice the chair or the floor. Notice your relationship with the physical. Allow the senses to emerge and notice your surroundings. Breathe it in. Breathe it out as you expand from microcosm to macrocosm, from inner space to outer space, knowing you are part of everything and everyone, breath by breath. And so it is when you're ready, in your own way, in your own time. Gently open your eyes.
And welcome back, everyone. Thank you, Meg, for that beautiful meditation.
Thank you.
I hope everyone was able to get their angel message. Meg, you do these beautiful meditations. You record them. Can you tell people how to get those recordings for themselves so that they can listen to your beautiful meditations anytime they want?
Thank you. Yes. I am on Amazon, Spotify, CD Baby, and justrelaxwithmegan.com. I also have them in my shopping cart. So, yeah, check them out. You can either buy, I have a morning, afternoon, and evening meditation, and you can buy them individually or you can buy the whole CD. And I also have a chakra meditation, so you're welcome to that as well.
Beautiful. I know I have some people waiting, some callers, so bear with me just a moment longer and I will take your calls. I do, however, want to tell you what today's angel message is. And these are from the Angel Love deck from the amazing Kimberly Maroney, who will be on my show again in a couple of weeks. But I feel that this message is also very timely. The message is forgiveness. And the message is that that holding on to anger or bitterness or resentment makes us suffer as well. You can't forgive or reconcile while you're holding on to the conviction that you're right or justified. And they remind you that negativity closes your heart and pulls you down into illusion. But your soul, the truest part of you, wants your heart to be open to forgiveness and to finding solutions. So the angels of forgiveness offer to lift you up into the truest part of yourself. So when you engage the love of your soul, it becomes possible to simply let go and allow the negative feelings and attitudes you've been carrying to drop away. Just allow them to fall away and experience the healing that happens when you forgive. If you have trouble forgiving, as sometimes we all do, ask the angels to help you with this and experience your true self. Oh, that was a message. My goodness. All right, well, let me take my first caller, area code 586. Hello, everybody. This is my mom, Reedy. Good morning, Mom.
Good morning, Laura.
Mom, I know I have everybody say hi to you every show. Now I think it's your turn to say hi to everybody.
Are you on the phone live?
You betcha.
Oh, my goodness. Well, hi, everybody.
Hi, Mom.
And how is your old sweet Meg?
Wonderful. How are you?
Oh, it's good to hear you. I'm looking forward to getting together with you again.
I cannot wait for you to come visit, and I know Coco and Dreamcatcher are really looking forward to it, too.
I enjoyed that so much. They're wonderful horses.
Thank you
Mom,
so much for visiting us.
What, Laura?
Did you have a question?
No.
You just pressed the number 1, so we thought you had a question. But I guess it was just your turn to say hi to everybody. So, thank you.
I feel like I'm a part of a whole wide world of love and caring people by being attached to this.
Oh, good. That's the whole idea. So thank you. All right, Mom. Thank you inadvertently pressing that button to check in and say hi. It was good to hear your voice and finally for everybody to hear yours. So thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's very meant to be. So good to talk to you again. Can't wait to see you.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it in about a month.
Great. See you then.
Okay. Okay, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, it's funny how that works out. All right, I have another caller from area code 415. Hello there. How did you enjoy that meditation with Meg?
Hi, hello. That was nice. Very relaxing.
Excellent. So what can I do for you today? Who is this?
This is Anne from California.
Hi, Anne. What's on your mind
Hello.
today?
I don't know. It's the first time I've called into the show, so I don't know what kind of readings you give. If you tell me what angels are working with me or who
Sure.
around.
Let's see. I'm getting a very strong, your guardian angel, of course, is introducing you to Archangel Chamuel right now. And Archangel Chamuel is known as the angel of love. He is the love of God. He is the angel that helps us rebalance our heart and heal our heart, which is really a strong message for today, isn't it? It's sort of a repetitive message for today about balancing our heart. And so he is coming forth to tell you there's been some work that you've been doing to rebalance your heart. And he wants you to know that you are not doing it alone. You haven't been doing it alone. And they honor the fact that you're inviting the angels to be part of your life and your guides. I'm hearing that you're working strongly with them as well to help balancing your heart, to heal your heart, to let go of the things that are harmful to your heart and healing those up and moving forward. And so Archangel Chamuel wants you to know that if you, whenever you're in doubt or you have doubts, focus on your heart, and he is there for you at all times, for all reasons. He wishes you love. He wishes you peace. He wishes you to recognize the strength that you have within and to keep continuing to shine your light of love around you. And that is Archangel Chamuel. It's a message for you, Anne.
Thank you. That was very nice. I don't
Very
know much
welcome.
about them, so I'll look them up more. Thanks so much. That's great.
Well, thank you, Anne. Thanks for calling. And, you know, ladies and gentlemen, when you don't know much about the angels that are giving messages, there's one of this, what Anne just said is beautiful. She's going to look him up and get to know him. That's exactly what's meant to happen. So the more you get to know about your angels, the more you're able to check in and communicate with them and understand them, and they're going to make sense to you and why they're in your life at this particular moment in time. So thank you, Anne, for calling in and for listening, but also for doing that homework of getting to know your angels. It's you know, they'll just become one of the most beautiful parts of your life. So thank you for doing that. All right, I have another caller, area code 914. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, who's this?
My name is Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. What can I do for you this morning?
I'm looking for a breakthrough in work, and I'm wondering if the angels can let me know, please, if it's coming soon.
Catherine, I see you going off in a couple different directions here. You have two of the major archangels that are helping you, plus you have a guardian angel, plus you have several other angels. They're sort of making a team of, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 of them right now that are clearing and shining and pointing in the right direction for you. But it appears that you're working to do a couple different things right now. So going off in a couple different directions is the best way that I can describe it. But they're clearing the way, almost like a nozzle on a hose. You know, when you get that single stream and you turn it so that you get multiple streams, small streams of water, that's kind of exactly what they're doing. So they're clearing that way forward for you. So keep communicating, keep asking for guidance, and they're saying that celebrate your achievements and moving forward, and just keep rolling with it. Just keep rolling with it is what they're saying. So they said it's just rolling forward, and keep going and have fun.
Wow. That's amazing, and
Okay.
Particularly amazing that you said 5 because I found a nickel 2 days in a row on the ground. And
yeah. Beautiful. Well, 5 is a number of change, so I guess that's even more validation for you.
wow.
So yeah, you are definitely making things happen, and they are happening. So keep at it. And thank you for calling and listening. It's nice to talk to you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you too, hon. All right, I have time for one more caller. Area code 780. Hi, who is this?
Yes, it's Jay calling from Canada. Thanks for taking my call.
Hey there. Good morning.
Good morning.
What can I do for you here?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of angel numbers. Like I was getting 444, 222 numbers. They always communicate that way. Just wondered. You usually do license plates all the time, so I just wonder what those numbers are about.
They're right now. What I'm getting is that it's drawing you. It's a way of your getting your awareness. It's a way of getting your attention. It's a way of making you think and making you ask and making you communicate with them. So do you have a move coming up?
No, I don't.
Okay, a change. There's some kind of a change coming up, a change in location. So I don't know if it's a vacation, work, something's changing. They are deep. Okay, and I'm also seeing a keyboard. So there's something to do with musical notes as well. On the scale, musical scale as well. So they communicate with you via number. So it's a big way of getting your attention and a way of talking to you. So let's see, you have Archangel. Archangel Zadkiel is also with you. So Archangel Zadkiel is helping you learn that particular alphabet, if you will.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Zadkiel, I don't know really that angel. I usually speak with my communicate with our guardian angels. So.
Perfect. Well, you can't go wrong with that. But in the Archangel, there's Archangel Zadkiel who's helping you learn this particular language.
Okay.
So keep asking, keep asking for clarification, keep talking, keep learning. That is the easiest way to make things happen and talk to your angels. But you've got some changes coming up, and they're going to be good, and they said it's going to be joyful and something that you've been working on for a while. So
already.
Keep on.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for calling. It was good to talk to you, and thanks for listening.
Good to talk to you, too. Yeah, take care.
Thank you, sir. All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Well, I got about 2 minutes left here, so I want to wrap up by saying thank you from the bottom of my heart to Ms. Megan Guynn. Relaxing with Megan, definitely relaxing with Megan. She is an amazing teacher and leader and mentor and healer and has the biggest heart on the planet, I think. So thank you, Meg, for being with us all this morning. And ladies and gentlemen, you can get a hold of her meditation tapes through Spotify, through her website, which is relaxwithmeg.com, correct?
Just relaxwithmegan.com. You got it.
Okay. So thank you very much for leading us in that beautiful, and on Amazon too. So leading us from that heartfelt, heart-healing meditation, reminding us that we can always go to a place of peace during these very challenging and scary times right now that we've been having lately. Remember that you can always return to your heart and return to that place of peace for guidance, for support, for healing, and just to be calm. So make sure you're spending time with yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, to just heal and relax. And you can always relax with Megan. She does a beautiful job with that. Thank you, Miss Megan, and thank you, Miss Tiffany White Sage Woman, for helping us get these messages out today. Look for me Thursday on Carol Ann Carey Show at 8 p.m. Eastern. otherwise, I look forward to talking to you next week. And until then, many, many blessings. Much love to you all, and thank you so much for joining with us today. And thank you again, Meg. I think you're just a very special person. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
All right. Ciao, everybody. See you next week.